Hey, what's up guys, it's Rico here, and today we're going to be watching the Sonic Movie 3 trailer today. I haven't seen the trailer yet, and this has been very exciting for me, so we'll see what's going to happen. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Try to keep up.
I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
There's been a high-level security breach. And we need Team Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond anything we've ever encountered.
Shadow's story began a lot like yours, Sonic. But where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain and loss.
All right, we got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find it?
Start with the giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude,
Lol.
I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
Knuckles, no! My turn. Can we just talk about this? He's too powerful. Sonic! I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
Oh, it's actually bad.
Doctor!
We have visitors.
This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
On one condition.
Let's do this! If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it!
I need room. But, sir, I don't have the proper materials. Found some.
When we're done, there won't be anything left.
Hey, no cheat code! What did you do?
What I had to. Welcome home, my boy.
What? No way!
Possible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it?
Are
you? In the saggy flesh.
Gerald's back? Whoa, oh. Looks like they're in Sonic's cave, where he used to be in the first movie, where we see Long Claw and Sonic when he was a kid. I mean, one thing that I actually do have an issue with is that I wish we actually got more Long Claw. Since I really thought she was actually a really good character. Like she was really interesting. She had a nice backstory with the Echidnas and stuff. I mean, I kind of wish, she had more relevance to the plotline. I mean, my hope is that, maybe we'll see her again, but, she works at a restaurant just like Pachacamac does in the Knuckles TV spin-off show. But instead of bowling alley, she maybe works at, a Hooters, because, an owl, she hoots. Something like that. It would be funny, had that as a joke. So let's
Change who
here.
you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
Yeah, I think the jokes so far on the trailer are really good. Well, yeah, pretty fun actually. And I do still like that Tom still has a relevance in the movie. I really like that. This might be a controversial opinion, but I really actually enjoy the humans in the Sonic movies, both the second and the first one. Since I've been a fan of the human characters pretty much since my whole life. I've been a Sonic fan since during the Black Knight and Colors and such. And you know, but back in the late 2000s, you know, when it was pretty much a thing to hate Sonic back in the day, which I didn't. So yeah, I mean, I like that we still had the human characters in the movies. So it looks like, yeah, so yes, we can see here Shadow actually, well, the whole thing is pretty much different from yeah, like here for example, this is completely different from what we had in the second movie with the post-credit scene where we basically got, where we basically saw Shadow for the first time. And yeah, it's like completely different from what we've seen before. So yeah, I think they've increased the budget a lot in this movie, which I really like actually, that they've done that, since yeah, no, I think it was pretty much necessary for them to, you know, do that, since yeah, well, it's pretty much obvious that it was, you know, yeah, it was pretty much guaranteed that they're gonna increase the budget.
Security
So,
breach.
yeah, also one thing, if we look back at it again, here the eyes, yeah, I noticed that he doesn't have like the black, well, the red markings that he had in the beginning, that in the post-credit scene, which is, yeah, it's pretty much obvious. The same thing happened with when we saw Tails in the post-credit scene in the first movie. It pretty much changed his design in the second movie too. So yeah, they're completely different. So yeah, I figured that they might do something similar to that. Which, I mean, I like the design a lot more. It's pretty much, yeah, you know, the same thing like as Tails and Knuckles, like pretty much more one-to-one with the characters in the games. Just pretty nice. It's a nice plus to have.
And we need Team Sonic's
And it
immediate...
looks like, yeah, like we can see that they're still using the rings to travel, which is, yeah, well, obviously, since they showed the Knuckles spin-off show that, yeah, Gun has access to the portal, to the ring portals there, which is, yeah, it's nice that, you know, Gun has more of a relevance in the show, well, in the movie, and both in the show and movie with the Knuckles spin-off show, which is nice that they're actually taking more stuff from the Sonic games and adding it into the movie.
Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond...
Like, yeah, you can really see that they've actually done a lot of, like, the budget has really been increased in this movie, especially if you look at Shadow's, like, texture when he's wet and in the water, like, it's
anything
really
we've ever
good.
encountered.
Shadow's story began a lot like your Sonic.
And I kind of like that they explain also his backstory more about how Shadow was, and comparing him in Sonic situations. And like, so we got Maria here, which is, yeah, well, it's nice that we actually, you know, get to hear more about Shadow's backstory.
But where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain and loss.
It looks this might be this might be Gerald and Shadow here, like over Maria's dead body, which kind of means like, looks like Maria died in the incident, which, yeah, so we kind of like count in the games that she basically got shot at by a gun soldier. Yeah, so it might be explained differently that that she died in some type of incident. We don't know yet. It also explains why
we got a
Gerald
rogue alien
is
on the
still
loose.
alive. So
How do we find it?
Start with the giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
and yeah, like, and of course many people hope that, oh yeah, hopefully they will do the Sonic Adventure 2 reference in the intro beginning, you know, where Sonic is in the helicopter, is in a gun helicopter, and then jumps off from the helicopter and starts skateboarding. You know, the iconic, basically the iconic Sonic Adventure 2 reference. You know, which they might do. Let's see what that. Yeah, look at that, like Team Sonic, which, you know, we might, you know, Sonic Heroes movie, Sonic movie 4, you know, and yeah, also Sonic movie 4 has already been confirmed, so yeah, we'll see what happens then.
He is much more impressive.
And yeah, like this, yeah, like Shadow looks really cool in this scene. And also, yeah, he's voiced by Keanu Reeves, and yeah, Keanu really nails the character here. Like, it's obvious that he was practically made for the role, which also kind of is, yeah, also goes full circle from the first movie where Sonic pretty much makes a reference to Keanu Reeves in the movie. So yeah, now it's pretty much become full circle, you know? Which, yeah, I like it. It's pretty funny.
Than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
Yeah, and I think Knuckles also, if they do it right, Knuckles might be like the biggest highlight of the movie, like with the jokes and such, because like he really fits, like, you know, him being a serious character, but also like really like makes pretty much like the best jokes in the movie. So yeah, I hope they will do that here. And yeah, it looks like he can teleport down without Chaos Control Shadow. So yeah, so he doesn't need a Chaos Emerald, it looks like, which is pretty much it does make sense in a way. So yeah, well, also yeah, they haven't even mentioned the Chaos Emeralds yet, to be honest. Because yeah, like in this movie, like the Master Emerald is like all the 7 Chaos Emeralds combined. So we'll probably might not see the emeralds, or we will see the emeralds. I'm not sure about that, but well, yeah, we'll see what they'll do with it, since yeah, we'll see what they'll do with it next. So, but yeah, like that, like we could. Like, I really like the scene. Like, look at that. It's like, yeah, no. Shadow's like really. Shadow's not playing around this time. And it feels like, yeah, like the textures and all that look really good on all the Sonic characters. Like, it's really high budget, and like really feels like, yeah, they're putting more effort with the character designs, and I really like that. It's really good.
Can we just talk about this?
And of course, the choke slam. Everyone does that now. Like, first it was Across the Spider-Verse with Miguel and Miles.
You're a mistake! If you hadn't been bit!
So now it's Shadow and Sonic. And also this, I don't know what they're gonna do with this, but this might, there might be another scene later where this might be the arc, like the, I don't know if it might be the spaceship or the arc that they might go to space.
He's too powerful.
Yeah, and also this scene, this like here, is pretty much like, yeah, since like the director Jeff Fowler was, his previous work, he has worked on a Sonic franchise before, but it was pretty much basically more focused on, no, what I mean is like he pretty much worked on Shadow the Hedgehog, like the Shadow the Hedgehog intro. So it's pretty much like, if we take if you guys see it here. It's pretty much almost 1-to-1. Yeah, of course, yeah, So if we pretty much like look at it here, so it's almost like that.
One step forward. Go ahead and try to see through me. Do it if you can.
So yeah, it's almost like that, which I pretty like. Almost like that, yeah, they're actually referencing up Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and created this black hole. So
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
And it also kind of looks like here, like, yeah, like Sonic looks way more serious here. It kind of looks like something bad must have happened to know that, yeah, like he's he has to take this stuff more seriously now, which I kind of like that he's, yeah, like sure, he's a fun character, but also like when he takes stuff more seriously, when he has to, of course.
Never stop me.
And it looks like, Doctor has like the Eggman from the games. But it also kind of feels like he doesn't have like the iconic suit that he has in the game, so it kind of feels like, for example,
There won't be any.
If I will save it!
I found some.
yeah, like it's still like it doesn't feel like, you know, he's like the same classic Eggman from the games. If you compare, well, to Gerald, it kind of looks like, yeah, like he looks more like the classic Eggman from what we have in the games, you know. But I think otherwise, well, I mean, maybe in the 4th movie we might see more of a change, or he might change in the movie too. We'll see that in a second. Of course, the classic, like, can I bring it? It's you guys know the meme where someone's asking, oh, you have a tissue paper? Or, oh, no, we don't have tissues, and like just drags, like just rips the shirt off, and like, oh yeah, I found some here. I'll show you when I'm editing this video. So yeah, so it's kind of like, oh yeah,
Found some.
so it looks like they might be in a different location. We don't know where, but again, yeah, we'll see what they'll do.
When we're done, there won't be anything left.
That, I think it might be either an inner monologue or maybe like something like that Maria said, and he maybe interprets it in the wrong way. So we'll see how they'll do it, since yeah, it's pretty much apparent that it's not a direct adaptation of Adventure 2. It's like still its own thing, which, yeah, I mean, I still like that the Sonic movies are its own separate thing and not based on the games. I mean, yes, I would have liked them to taken the Mario movie approach, but at the same time, I'd rather have its own original thing rather than being, you know, not even a movie at all, and just something that's pretty much just, oh, remember this, or oh, hi, or hey, there's a reference that I can see that's, oh, look at this little reference that they've made. It doesn't feel like, again, I think, yes, this also might be a controversial opinion, but I feel like all 3 Sonic movies are better, okay, the 3. I think both the Sonic movies, Sonic 1 and 2, are better movies than the Mario movie as a whole. I think in terms of adaptation, the Mario movie takes the cake. Sure, yes. But I think in terms of an actual movie and a video game movie, and basically has a story, I think both Sonic 1 and 2, especially 2, does a way better job than anything that the Mario movie does. Because again, the Mario movie to me, when I first watched it, felt like an advertisement and didn't feel like an actual movie to me. And I feel like if they went more with the concept art of what the movie would have been, I feel like it would have been more unique and pretty much felt like, okay, this is like an actual movie that just happens to be a Mario movie. Because I feel like many people don't talk about this, but I think the Angry Birds movie is a perfect example of how to do a good video game movie. I mean, yes, the Angry Birds movie franchise pretty much destroyed the Angry Birds series as a whole, and that might be a discussion for another day, but I think if you just look at it separately, the Angry Birds movie, I think, is a much better video game movie because it actually ties to the main character and the main character's struggles and overcoming them, and pretty much, you know, having the hero's journey and, you know, basically developing, and it's basically involves around the story much more, and it's not just like, it's like a basically like, just saying that, there is a quote-unquote story, but it barely gets mentioned until like the end of the movie, but you know, there hasn't been any build up to it, which again, it's a problem with Illumination movies as a whole. Well, more recent Illumination movies, and especially when I watched Sing with my sister and brother, I was pretty much extremely annoyed and practically really miffed, since the movie was just a retread of the first movie with barely any changes and nothing pretty much mattered in the end, or it kind of fell flat in my opinion. But anyway, I think that the Sonic movies are good on their own merits. Sure, you might not think that they're very good Sonic movie adaptations, but I think as a whole, I think as their own thing, I enjoy them, and I think they're just fun video game movies, and that's, I think, what's the most important thing. Be good video game movies while at the same time respecting the IPs and the lore of the franchises. Let's continue.
There won't be any.
So that's all I had to say about that. So yeah, now we have, of course, him riding a bike. You know, maybe if this was rated a bit of a higher movie, we might see Shadow guns, you know? We might.
Cheat code!
And yeah, like here, people have been speculating that this might take place in space, and that, this might be the arc where, Eggman blows half the moon up. And also we can see your Knuckles here. It looks like Tails is flying. Or is like launching himself to another location, but it looks like they might be in space. If you look at the background here. So yeah, it might be like it might be in space, but well, again, it's not completely certain, but it looks like it might be in space. And also here, well, in both scenes, it looks like the Chow. They reference the Chow here, and also looks like there might be something happening where, like, because I think here, they're talking to the gun, like a gun agent, or maybe the president here, and talking about the Shadow situation. But also looks like like something else happening that might lead to this scene and the next scene here. But also it kind of looks like like they're referencing the Chow Garden, because look, garden, as you can see here. Like I think this might be like a Chuck E. Cheese style restaurant that they just referenced, that it's called Chow Garden here. Which it's a nice reference. I like it actually. So we'll see what they'll do with this one here. So this is a regular Chow and a flight Chow and a powered Chow. I think it is, So like we'll see the Chow lamps and and some other stuff. What did you like some Chow accessories there. And now here, what did you do?
What I had
to. Of course they did, like, the money shot Akira, like this. Of course they did, like, like this obviously is like, the famous Akira bike shot, that every animated show practically references nowadays. Then they did it the same thing here. Which, I mean, not gonna lie, it is a pretty cool shot, And the logo. Which it's pretty much a reference to the Adventure 2 games. And I mean,
welcome home, my boy.
Don't even get me started. First off, yes, it's just Jim Carrey again, but like, like it's just Jim Carrey, they're played by both actors. But it's still very interesting that Gerald is still alive after, in the games, he pretty much just gets gunned down by gun soldiers live on tape. But now it's pretty much, I think it's really interesting that, how is he back and where has he been, practically.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it?
Are you? In the saggy flesh. In the couldn't it?
Wait, I see something.
Home, my boy. It's impossible. Is it?
Like you can see like Doc. Yeah, like and it's named that Dr. Gerald. Yeah. So it's obviously like Gerald Robotnik, which is Eggman's dad, I think. And and Maria is Eggman's cousin. So yeah.
It couldn't be. Couldn't it? Are you? In the saggy flesh.
Which also pretty much confirms that this is not like a direct adaptation of Adventure 2. But yeah, no, I really liked this trailer. And yeah, just December of this year. Yeah, so now we just have 4 months left, and obviously I will be watching this movie in theaters. Cause I watched now both the first and the second movie in theaters with my brothers, and one time with my sister when I watched the second movie. And I still even remember when basically me and my brother started screaming when we saw like the post-credit scene in the second movie, where we basically like were screaming that Shadow was announced. But yeah, like what I'm guessing is we were probably gonna get Live and Learn, obviously, but I'm wondering if we're still gonna see like the Bio-Lizard there, and if we're even gonna see it, since if it's gonna even be a direct adaptation of. Since it's not going to be a direct adaptation of Adventure 2. But also at the same time, I wonder if Doom and the Black Arms are going to play a part in this movie. Since, if you look at the Sonic X Shadow Generations trailer, they've pretty much been they've been emphasizing much on Doom, Black Doom and the Black Arms, the powers that Shadow has. Because, Black Doom basically made a deal with Gerald to making Shadow, since Shadow has Black Doom's and the Black Arms' DNA, so he's kind of a part of Black Doom in a way. And it's like I'm wondering if they're gonna expand this more, like Shadow's gonna get his like own spin-off movie, or either a spin-off movie or a spin-off series, talking more about his backstory and how Black Doom might be added in a movie, or how they might either reference or saying that Black Doom is a part of this movie. But otherwise, it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna do the third movie. And as for the fourth movie, we don't know what they're gonna do next, but many people speculate we might see Amy or Rouge, or maybe even Metal Sonic. And my guess is that we might see Metal Sonic. I think it's too early for Silver and Blaze, so we might see them in the 5th or 6th movie. But I think otherwise that we might see Metal Sonic, because there have been recently rumors and speculations about a Sonic Heroes remake coming out next year, and that we might see, or that we technically might see some type of Metal Sonic references now, and or Metal Sonic might be teased in the 4th movie. We don't know about that yet, but it kind of would sort of make logical sense a tiny bit, in my opinion. But again, we'll see what happens next. I thank you guys for watching my little reaction and my speculations of what I think about this movie. Again, and my hope for this movie is that we might see the Bio-Lizard, and my only hope is that, please, I want this lizard double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon on that spaceship, ready and oiled up, for that, just for the final battle.
Damn nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass, the sun is still out, my nigga, and it was just, I don't know.
And also Long Claw Hooters collab, I'm just saying. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.